Yes.
There are people that are on your side. They serve the same God. They have almost the exact same assignment, but they are ignorant to the fact that you've been chosen by God to do what you've been chosen by God to do. And so they foolishly have frustrated your purpose.
Well,
My God.
I have a note here that says some of you are not aware that the enemy has hired or stationed counselors against you to frustrate your purpose in every single one of your plans. I think you guys, right in Ezra chapter 4 verse 5, it talks about the counselors that they went out and hired. I don't think you guys understand. It's not just a group of people just chit-chatting. Tell your neighbor, Satan's imps and Christians who cooperate with the enemy's plan are faithful, consistent, and strategic. So I need you to know they were holding board meetings and they were strategizing on how they could effectively frustrate your purpose. I think some of you believe that you have been faithful, you've been tithing, you've been serving, you've been walking, you've been submitting to authority, you've been following instruction, and you still don't see the fruit of your labor on your life. Hey, woman of God. But what I don't think you realize is some of the people that you're sharing your visions and your dreams with are working on the enemy side, and they are ignorantly sitting in these board meetings that will frustrate you at Chili's and Applebee's and Outback and
wow.
and in the parking lot after church service and things of that nature. I want you to understand that just because I'm your sister and just because I have the title Christian, it does not mean that I'm on your side. It means I'm supposed to be on your side. And it does not mean necessarily that I'm your enemy. Some of you are surrounded by people who don't understand the magnitude of what God has called you to do. And you are an eagle, but you keep clucking with you.
Yes. My God.
And so what's hindering you is not what's going on the outside. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be haters. What's hindering you is you're placing your confidence in something other and someone other than who God assigned in a season. I need you to know that just because I was loyal 10 years ago and because I was trustworthy 10 years ago, I was anointed at that time. It does not mean that I'm anointed to be your confidant in this season. Amen. Especially if God is blessing you with some stuff that I've released my faith for and I haven't seen manifest. Let me stick to my notes.
That's good.
Oh, gosh. Tell your neighbor there are demonic forces in the church wearing the title Christian.
My God. My God.
These demonic forces congregate and counsel to strategically plan ways to frustrate you and your purpose. These demonic forces have been assigned to you for all the days that you give honor on earth to your king. Go back to Ezra chapter 4 verse 5 and it says, and hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose and plans all the days of Cyrus, king of Persia, even until the reign of Darius. See, some of us, we come to church, we feel like it, we tithe, we feel like it, we give away a little booty and have sex with somebody we're not married to, we feel like everything is based on how we feel. But the enemy's people that have been hired, they don't take a day off. They are there to torment, to hinder, to delay, to distract, to pull down, to shift your focus, to redirect your focus, to realign your focus, to capture your heart, to develop soul tie, everything. To push you out of position to manifest the promise and to walk in the purpose.
Thank you, Lord.
Oh, gosh. This must be for another house. These demonic forces are compensated based on their successful ability to totally redirect your focus away from what your purpose is, who you need to connect to walk with in it, and the exact path that you're supposed to take to get to your purpose.
Well,
Amen.
The enemy uses the fact that so far some of you have failed to truly connect with the vision, the leader, and other like-minded individuals that are needed for you to fulfill your God-ordained purpose. You don't see the need for the leader. You don't see the need for the sisters or the brothers that can help you get to where you've got to go.
Amen.
You don't understand that no man is an island, no man stands alone. Yeah, I need you, but guess what? You need me too.
Amen.
well, Say it, say
Look
it.
at the first two verses. I just bring your attention. I'm trying to move quick because I hate when stuff is raggedy. Verse 1. Now when the Samaritans, the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin, heard that the exiles from the captivity were building a temple to the Lord, the God of Israel, they came to Zerubbabel, now governor, and to the heads of the fathers' houses. What is this? So they didn't go to the broke people in the church? They went to government officials
Well,
who professed to be Christians.
My God.
well,
And said, look, man, we're serving the same God. Look, man, we have the same purpose. Look, man, you got the money, you got the power, you got the influence. Let us combine what we got going on together because we're serving the same God so we can accomplish our purpose.
Amen.
But what they did not expect was compromise on the level and in the hearts and minds and the lives of the people that had the power.
Jesus.
well,
For I promise you, I am a surface preacher. I don't go deep. My word is a stripping word. I'm anointed to deal with flesh issues. Other people deal with them great revelations. Bless you, Jesus. I'm not jealous. I'm not hating on them. I know what my lane is and I ride in it. So don't read past what I'm saying. Take everything I'm saying to you at face value.
Amen.
When I was a little kid, I could always count money. My daughter, when she was 8 years old, we were hustling. Her father and I were hustlers. So we'd have 60, 70. How much the most you counted when you were 8 years old at one time? $70,000. And she could break that money in 15 or 20 minutes. Do you know how long it takes to break $70,000 in 5s and 10s and 20s?
Yes.
But because I was a hustler, her daddy was a hustler, my mama was a hustler, I was raising up a baby hustler.
Jesus.
well,
I guarantee you, not anybody in this room can break $70,000 in 15 minutes. Unless you've been trained, unless you've been taught. She was a product of...
My God.
I'm trying to get you to see that you are a product of your environment. You do what you do because that's what you've been taught. Typically, it's learned behavior. I became a hater because I learned it from somebody else. God spoke some stuff to me. Because now look at here, in this setting that some would consider to be small. In this group of people that some would consider to be menial, there are people that God has called to turn the entire world upside down. We have everything. We have more than one apostle, more than one prophet, more than one teacher, more than one pastor, more than one evangelist. Tell your neighbor, that's all you need. But we've got to work together. Because the devil, I'm telling you, when I was praying about this thing, the Lord reveals to me that the devil has attached himself and his agenda to your purpose. And he has woven his directives in with the details you think you received from God. And that has created room for rebellion and self-righteousness, pride and arrogance to overtake some of you.
Yes.
Some of us. Oh. Paul, sidebar, hold on. Marilyn, right? Valerie. She got up to minister. Now, I'm a transparent preacher. I don't pretend because I hate phony church people and I don't have a lot of tolerance and I don't have the poker face and it's hard for me to deal with it. And so I give you what I want, which is the truth. And she started ministering. Now, nobody knew. I didn't tell my husband. I was struggling. And I mean such a grip, a vacuuming grip and a suck and a pull on me from things that God had delivered me from. Two things in particular. And I said, God, how can I preach and set the captives free? How can I mentor women? How can I do this and do that? And this thing is study gripping and pulling every day I'm thinking about it. It's desirable for me. I shouldn't even be considering it.
My God.
I'm the prophetess.
My God.
And I said, God, why are you allowing this? What am I doing? I'm praying. Where am I missing the mark? And I know the scripture says, there's only a thorn inside. He never did. My grace is sufficient. Y'all know that. I probably know better the Bible better than some of y'all in here. But when the flesh is thirsty and dry. See, dry is one thing, but thirsty to the point of craving something that's outside of the will of God. it supersedes everything.
Amen.
Well.
Jesus.
Okay, because we can't get to that stuff until we deal with this stuff. Y'all know I'm doing a play, and in this play, I'm big on depicting real life scenarios. And God has sent me quite a few method actors to be a part of the production. So watch this. I see them and they have to dress the part and they have to take on the persona and take on the voice and change the mannerisms to just really effectively depict the character. I need you to go someplace. God is shifting me here. It is the same way in the body. I'm the same way when I minister.
Amen.
I'm not a sickly person. I never get sick. I can always tell when there's infirmity in the house, great physical infirmity, because I get sick in my body and I'm weak. The fact that my flesh began to thirst and throb like never before coming to minister here tells me that it's here.
Jesus. My God.
So now, I'm making myself transparent because if I don't, then you'll just think, well, I ain't had nothing in a while, or I'm a little horny, or you'll think, my finances have been gripped, and I'm thinking about going back to the past for hustling for money and sleeping with folks' husbands, all that. God sent the woman of God, she got up there, and I don't know what she said, but I heard God say, everyone and everything connected to you will be affected negatively if you ever act on any one of these impulses.
My God.
And I had to just say thank you. Because I needed that reminder to pierce that dagger again in my flesh.
Yes. My God. Thank you, Lord. Yes.
Listen, I'm trying to stay with this note. I'm trying to stay with that note, but watch this. If you don't surround yourself with people who have the dagger in their mouth to pierce your flesh, you're surely, it is inevitable, going to fall. If you are not in a position spiritually to receive when God sends an unlikely vessel to speak directly to you, you are going to fall.
Amen.
And everybody connected to you is going to be affected because you don't just hinder your purpose, you hinder her purpose and his purpose and my purpose.
Yes. Yes.
So before you think about walking into purpose, you now have to take accountability and responsibility for what purpose requires.
Jesus.
Tell your neighbor, stick me, baby. I needed that dagger because I was struggling with this thing. Listen, y'all know I talk about sex. My husband's phenomenal. I don't think I could have married him if he wasn't. Like, ain't no secret. Don't tell nobody how good your husband is in bed. Devil is a lie. Outstanding. But that was not enough to stop the throbbing and the thirsting. My husband works, he pays the bills, I'm not on the street corners. But that was not enough to stop the throbbing and the thirsting. And when you are called to something great,
Jesus.
you don't get to pick or choose what provokes it.
Well.
The only thing you can do is cooperate with whomever God has sent to crucify it in you. Ezra chapter 4, let's go back. That was a sidebar, but I know me and I know where I was. And I know that was not part of that was my flesh. But the other part was that was a great suffering. There is a thirsting and a throbbing in this house that must be crucified.
Yes.
The word is coming forth to crucify, but you've got to choose to cooperate with the crucifixion process.
Amen.
Tell your neighbor, pick up your cross.
Pick up your cross.
Get ready to be spat on.
Yes, be spat on. Amen.
Well.
Oh, God says some of you also, I just download, when God is speaking to me, I just write the notes. He says, some of you live your entire lives absent from truth in any area. You live in denial. And look at this. Intentional deceit. I got to deal with this because I didn't know I was going to be last minister. But I just know before you can walk into purpose like the woman of God said, the first one that spoke, there has to be a foundation. You've got to go through the process. And the truth is like a river. Tell your neighbor, truth is like a river. And that river is divinely designed by God to wash away any debris of deception, of distraction, of delay on your life, but you've got to walk in it.
Amen.
Now don't be foolish and confess everything to everybody, because not all, as a matter of fact, most Christians can't handle who you really are and what you've really done.
Amen.
Tell your neighbor, if you lift up your dress and you weigh more than 10 pounds, it's a stretch mark, a pimple, a mole, a scar. There are some imperfections. We are trying to hide them. And in order for you to walk where God has walked, you've got to take not just responsibility and accountability for you, but for everything you're connected to.
My God.
You can't say the church is good and the leaders are awesome and my pastor teaches a great word and there's no fruit on your life. You
Well,
lying. You can't say, Pastor, I enjoyed the service on Sunday and the word was good, but you come up Sunday after Sunday after Sunday by yourself.
Jesus.
Well,
You are. I know it's a man that's trying to holler at you some kind of way. I don't even see you connected yet to this place. Listen, lady, use your looks and they say you do for you. I'm thank you. What you doing Sunday? Meet me at whatever the address is on 40th Street.
Amen.
Listen.
well, say it.
Because when there is a draw and there is something that's benefiting you, you always tell somebody about it.
Amen.
Sidebar number 2. Not gonna get on my soapbox, don't have time. Listen. We need to deal with truth because, gosh, I'm trying to go back. Paul said, to thine own self be true. Now, if I'm not true to anybody else, don't true to me.
Amen.
You may never know when I'm struggling, but I know. And I don't live in denial
Amen.
at all. I thank God I married a man I can tell the truth. So flesh issues, if I'm lusting after another man or something, I tell him, look at here, man, look at here. I don't want nobody in my head space like that. When I close my eyes, I only want to think about you. And I'm closing my eyes and I'm fantasizing about brother. What we gonna do about this?
Amen.
And then sometimes my husband steps into husband mode. Sometimes he steps into prophet mode. And then sometimes he's in best friend mode. So, it depends on which mode he's in. If he's in a deep spiritual mode, did you pray? If he's in best friend mode, he says, tell me what it is you like about him.
My God.
I said, why are you asking me all these questions? He said, because you still have not learned how to identify triggers.
Jesus. Oh, my
Well.
God.
You need to learn how to identify what in you is triggering the thoughts that take you away from your focus and your purpose.
Amen.
well,
Because, tell your neighbor your mind is a battlefield. Ladies can attest to this. If a man can make love to your mind, he's got you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's good for one to know how to touch you. It's good for one to know how to be. But if he can just say something and
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
it works the same way in the kingdom. All you have to do is note the right words, and that's the combination to your destiny.
Yes.
I'm trying to, okay. I ain't got time to take y'all with me. Y'all have to just put on your seatbelt and get in the car and go. I can't drag you with this today. I don't have enough time.
My God.
Because too much foundation has already been laid concerning your purpose. The only thing I'm here to do is help you figure out what has been ensnaring you.
Yes.
Because you're not going to come and say, I want to walk in what God said, but I'm still creeping over here with brother so-and-so. You're not going to say, nobody knows I'm not having sex with her, but every time I see her, I'm lusting after her.
Jesus.
Since you're not going to say, well, here I go, here I go. Because you have to be totally free from every worldly carnal thing that the enemy can use to grip you and render you immobile and ineffective.
Yes.
That's good.
Because most people are going to judge you and talk about you if they know you're leaving here and you're secretly puffing.
Yes.
If they know that you got, liquor in the car and lottery tickets out, they're not going to focus focus on your assignment. I'm not going to see you as a pastor called to the nations if I know that the dude that's living in your house is not your husband.
Amen.
When I have lived with Negro number 23 and white man number 24
Well,
Amen.
and white girl number 25.
well,
I have to keep going. That thing's so strong. Oh, look at this. Oh yes, God spoke to me. He said, some of you have not pursued your purpose because you are too consumed by the pain of it. You
well,
have allowed the pain that you have endured. Tell your neighbor, every piece of pain that you ever endured was preparing you for your purpose.
yes,
It was
that's it.
positioning you for the manifestation of your purpose. You would walk past that sister with the 4 kids, with the woman beater and the man beater that was going to the prison and putting JoJo on the book and breaking the kids and let them see daddy through the window. If you had not been touched with that infirmity, you would call her foolish for letting him drive the car, and you go to work and you come home and your house is dirty and he's late picking you up. If you had not been touched with that infirmity. The Father wants to use the house of God as a place of restoration, which means there's a unique group of unified, like-minded individuals that are striving earnestly to accomplish one divine purpose.
Yes.
But the problem is, you may master love, but you lack patience. And you may be anointed to give financially, but you don't want to come and sit and get a word and submit to authority. And so you are now going to magnetically attract many yous into the ministry. Because people take on the mindset of what you have when they come. They're going to dress the way you dress. They're going to deal with leadership the way you deal with leadership. They're going to give the way you give. They're going to serve the way you serve. Watch this. I didn't make it up.
Well,
Okay, time. Stay focused.
say it.
I'm going to be obedient to time. Go to Job chapter 17. And I want to go to verse 6. And I have the Amplified. Who's got a different version of the Bible? Job chapter 17. Who's got maybe a King James or a Living Standard or a Message? Listen, Job, who got it? Job chapter 17.
James is up there. She's
Okay. You got it. Well, come on, read. Read 6 verse. Start reading at the 6th verse and stop when I ask you to.
He hath made me also a byword of the people, and aforetime I was as unto breath. Mine eye also is dim by reason of sorrow, and all my members are as a shadow. Upright men shall be astonished at this, and the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. But as for you all, do ye return and come now, for I cannot find one wise man among you. My days are past, my purposes are broken off, even the thoughts of my heart. They change the day into day, they change the night into day, the light is short because of darkness.
So stop. Before she finished reading, God showed me that there are demonic spirits that the enemy has strategically assigned in your path to distract you, but they cannot be activated without your cooperation.
Amen. Amen.
That simply means, remember the example she gave with the yeast and the salt and the water? That's how the enemy's plan is surrounding you. Those ingredients for his plan to manifest are sitting on the cabinet. You have to willfully cooperate and exert energy for his plan to be effective in your life. Some of you are delayed because you're baking the wrong cake.
Well, say it.
Instead of mixing what is pure, just the yeast and the salt and the whatever else goes into making up the bread, the enemy put some strawberries in there because it tastes sweet and it looks pretty. I'm talking to somebody. It tastes sweet and it looks pretty and it has consumed you. God can't get glory. You can't walk in your purpose. You can't preach. You can't teach. You can't pray. You can't focus. You can't fast. You can't even study your word because flashbacks keep playing through your mind. Don't raise your hands. We've got to crucify the flesh before we can walk into our purpose. Because if we don't, what will end up happening is God will allow us, because He's raised us up for a time such as this, to walk it out, because God is a God of faith, and He always believes that we're going to receive deliverance and we're going to obey and follow His directives. So He's not going to stop His plan. And as long as you're going through the motions and pretending that you're delivered and pretending that you're free and in position to fulfill the assignment, tell your neighbor He's going to use you. Because you have people say, God can't use an unclean vessel. Tell your neighbor, you a lie. You've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. Because all of them in the Bible was hoes and sleeping with folks, stuff and stealing stuff. Abraham, the father of many nations, was also the father of lies. He was also a pimp. He pimped in just what he pimped out the one closest to him. He was a manipulator. Look at him, Sarah. Look at him.
Come on, teach.
You
Tell
pretty
it now. Tell
They're
it.
not finna kill me. Look at that joke. When everybody comes, just hold on in there and give it up. Drop it like it's hot.
Well, that's what the word says.
We are much like Sarah, submitted to the wrong leadership, giving ourselves over to people who do not have our best interest at heart. And when it comes time for us to connect with the divine purpose and the right opportunity, we're out of position because we're damaged, we're worn out because of experiences we had with the wrong man.
Well,
So when God sends the right one, He can't get anything fresh. I mean, you ministered to me when you talked about that 10-year-old girl. I could do, I'm a repenter. Listen, man, I'm a reactor. I'm a repenter. I'm compulsive. I'm all in. And I started thinking about some things I did. And I don't have time to stay. I promise y'all. I'm trying to. I need you to know you're not the only one.
Amen.
My first sexual experience, my mama needed $95 for the light bill. The dude said he'll give it to her if he can have sex with me. I didn't know nothing about being a little man. I just happened to be thick and big and full out developed when I was 12. So when I saw it on Tyler Perry's movie, they said nobody's gonna do that with their daughter. I'm like, yeah, my mama did it with me. This is what you do, and this don't hurt a little bit, and this is what you do. Oh. Man, look at here, when the money started coming a little later, I started saying, well, this is what you do. Started recruiting. That's how, look at that. How I'm going to be a battle at 18 and 19. Didn't even know that's what I was doing. Recruiting my little bro friends, putting them on to the football players and the ballers. That they flying us out. To freak them. I'm talking to somebody. They want menage action. The enemy wants menage action. He don't want to just flip you out and trick you. He wants you. He wants you. Tell your neighbor, the more the merrier. Take. Okay, this is for another house. I can't.
This house.
No, I can't. I can't with the shenanigans. I can't when you want. Job chapter 17. Some of these things that you all are cooperating with are your own feeble mindsets. He showed me there were 5 things that were hindering you from getting to your purpose. 1 was your own feeble mindset. Number 2 was your faithless words. Read verses 11 and 12. I need you to see something. It's right around 11, 12, and 13. Read verses 11.
My days are past, my purposes are broken off, even the thoughts of my heart. They change the night into day, the light is short because of darkness.
Stop. Some of you have created records. I ain't got no man. I ain't got no job. I ain't got no car. I ain't got no place to stay. I ain't got no man. I ain't got no job. I ain't got no car. I ain't got no place to stay. Then you add a bridge to it. My kids want baby and no man want me. Then you get background singers. And I'm trying to do what God said, but I'm so weak right now. The enemy is attacking me. What are you declaring over your mouth?
Come on now. That's good.
Amen.
Take a nigga, shut up, shut up. Number 3, repetitive fruitless actions. Repetitive, fruitless action. Some of you are going through the motions. Some of you are married, going through the motions. You do the same thing.
well,
You say the same thing. And you think that old move of God is still effective. God says, behold, I do a new thing. Stop going through the motions.
Well.
Be genuine. genuine, be sincere, be authentic. If it's not cool, say, man, this is not cool. I hate to keep bringing y'all in our bedroom. I can remember my husband was the only young man I've been with. I used to prefer older men because they know some stuff. Listen to what I'm telling you. And so just trust me. Trust me, they do. So, glory. So, when I got with my husband, I didn't have a big expectation. Oh, y'all, okay. I'm the only one that had sugar daddy. I'm the only one that had old men that show up freaking and blow your clothes and your socks and everything else.
No.
You know when you young and you don't know and they teaching you stuff, you be like, oh, that's interesting.
Amen.
I just came. Maybe it's for another house.
You're in the right house.
So when the man of God comes to do what he do, my expectation was what the old man did. And things didn't happen like I thought they were gonna happen. And I was like, you ain't good and don't speak to me no more and get out of my house. He was like, who are you talking to? And I said, you. I didn't consider he had been with a woman in 9 months or something like that. I was excited, he was excited. But I live by this policy. I'm loyal. You gonna get all I got while you with me. But if you mess up and you lose me, ain't no second chance. I'm not coming back.
Amen.
Watch this. Now he didn't know that about me then, but something said I better redeem myself or I ain't got no more chance. He grabbed me by my ankles and handled his business. But watch this. And now we married. I try to take nobody too far, because everybody can't handle this. They pretend like this is not a part of their everyday life and their everyday thoughts. But anyway, he handled his business. We went on about our business, and now everything is wonderful. I learned him, and he's learned me. The moral to the story is this. When people come the first time and they don't quite have it all together the way you think they ought to have it, it does not mean that God didn't call them and they're not ordained for it. It just means they might require patience. It just means they might have been through something before they met you that rendered them ineffective for that moment. It just means you might have presented an opportunity to them that they were not prepared for at that moment. Because he ain't come to my house trying to get no booty. I have to say my husband is a man of God. I have to say every time I was trying to serve, you know how you present stuff to people and you put garnish on it? He was like, don't want that. And you put some, he said, don't want that. And I kept on. I was like, you don't think I'm beautiful? Don't know why I'm here, but it's in the house evidently. And he said, he said, nothing to do with that. He said, God told me that you are his gift to the earth and I could not defile you.
My God, thank you, Jesus.
He said, now your actions are making me question if you really love me. I don't know who this is for. Some of y'all trying to serve your boot on a man like I was evidently. Oh, God said that's the only reason God would have me to go here.
Come on, man.
I don't talk about this stuff.
Say it.
He said, I said, you know I love you. What would make you think that I don't love you? And he said, you know that sexual fornication is a sin against God. If you love me, why would you try to seduce me or be used by the enemy to lure me into something that could cause me to lose my soul?
My God.
Listen, in order for you to walk in your purpose, you got to be true with who you really are.
Well,
I was a whore when he married me. I just didn't know it. Because when you're stirring up yourself to stuff the folk that you're not married to, the Bible, read Ezekiel chapter 15. It talks about all the people that they whored with. And then when they got through, they upgraded on who they were whored with.
Jesus.
So I'm not cursing. I'm using biblical principles to share with you that if you introduce Miss Kitty before you introduce him to the woman of God and the woman of virtue, tell your neighbor you have 0 chances.
You have 0.
And even if he marries you because you place that commandment on him, he will live many days regretting marrying you.
Jesus.
He'll be naked in the bathroom looking down at his private part saying, look what you got me into. I'm stuck with her. She don't submit. She don't listen. She don't want to follow us. Okay. This is another house. What's your name? Shayla, just say this must be another house, prophetess. I know it! Play with me. Ain't nobody got time for this. The lady Lord gave me 3 minutes. Proverbs chapter 12. We ain't got time to go to Proverbs chapter 12. Look at this. I have a note here that says to be strengthened and renewed, you must make sure that you have clean hands.
My God.
Read Job chapter 17, I think it's verse 8. I know it's either 8 or 9. Read it for me.
Upright men shall be astonished at this, and the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean
There it
hands shall be stronger and stronger.
Stop this. I need you to know the reason you're weak is because you don't have clean hands. I need you to know what's hindering you from getting to your purpose is you don't have clean hands. Tell your neighbor until you come out of unauthorized places. Until you stop touching unauthorized things.
Until you stop touching unauthorized things.
Until you stop tasting
My God. Stop tasting
unauthorized things. You will continue to be weak and you will never be able to fulfill your purpose.
My God.
Oh,
That's the word, amen.
Let me try to work this out because if I don't tell you about how I slept with married men, if I don't tell you about how I've abused and how I've manipulated and how I've hustled and swindled, if I don't tell you, I used to be in church lusting. I used to be at work. The lust had consumed me so bad on my breaks, I would be in the big stall in the bathroom at work masturbating. I need you guys to understand that when that spirit grips you,
Well, tell it.
it hinders your ability to do it. And I was just zooming out, going through emotions. Because nobody in the whole church could quote the scriptures like I could. Studied every day, Pastor. Fasted, prayed, gave faithfully in my tithes, was faithful in service. I had keys to the church. The pastor didn't have to get there on time. He did most of the time, but he didn't have to because I had already gotten there. I made sure there was tissue and hand soap and paper towels in the bathroom. I made sure that the building was cool. I made sure there were fans. I made sure. And I was struggling. And watch this. So, bootleg men of God saw me, Shayla. I said, you thirsty for the Lord? We need to have a Bible study. And because their approach was of a word-based and not of a worldly based in my mind, I could trust them.
Jesus.
Surely it's okay with the man of God, especially since he told me that I was his wife. God said, you're my wife. Since I didn't know my value. That was about all it took. A couple of little trips to Red Lobster, paid a couple of bills. You know, a few bag massages. I don't remember what else.
Amen.
I'm talking to somebody.
Yes.
Shayla was it, not in this house.
Right.
I don't know it. But anyway, you've got to pursue purpose greater than you pursue the things of the flesh. Because people draw. I can't even move from this place.
All right.
It consumes you. You live a whole secret life that nobody, not even your church members, know about.
Jesus.
Got people you've been dealing with for years. Years, Lady Dana. Secrets make you sick.
Jesus.
Okay, oh my God, I said I wasn't gonna be up here forever because the lady just said she got somewhere she's trying to go. Next, you have to understand that God's purpose for your life must come to pass. Somebody turn to Job chapter 42 because I read it. I wasn't even reading Job chapter 42, just in my studies, the scripture came up and I went to look at it. I think it's the first or the second verse. Job chapter 42. Who's got it?
Then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee. Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? Therefore have I uttered that I understood not. Things too wonderful for me.
Stop. Because you're going to pass it. Let me read it in the Amplified. Job chapter 42. Let me look it up. Y'all work with me because I'm going someplace and it's taking me a minute to get there, but I promise we're going to get there together. In my Bible it says, Then Job said to the Lord, I know that you can do all things, there it is, and that no thought or purpose of yours can be restrained or thwarted. I want you to understand that the enemy does not have the power to block your purpose permanently. Amen. Without your cooperation. Amen. I need for you to understand that what God has joined together, no man can put asunder. However, if you choose to cooperate with the enemy's plan, you now renounce God's purpose for your life.
Amen.
That's good.
I need you to understand that ignorantly we have partaken of the forbidden fruit. And it's hindering us. Listen, You ever ate something bad and it messed up your stomach and you're not
Oh,
good for
yeah.
us? That's what it's like when you receive counsel that's not wise. That's what it's like when you are not disciplined and faithful and consistent in what God has called you to do. That's what it's like when you connect and develop soul ties with people that God never intended for you to have. Some of you are so bound right now. I'm talking 5, 10, 7, 3, 8-year relationship, bound emotionally, still replaying it in your mind over and over again. But tell your neighbor, girl, he didn't want you. He didn't ever love you. You were a challenge that it did not cost him much to win. Oh, if I can tell y'all, I put my booty out there for some Red Lobster, he paid a few bills, the man might have spent $1,000 on me in the best 3 or 4 months of time taking me out, maybe. And let me to Jesus. If I can tell you that it happened to me, it's okay. It doesn't happen anymore. I know my value now. Let it go. It's blocking your purpose. He used me. He lied to me. Yeah, he did. Let it go. God has greater for you in the front of you. But you can never get to it because you're still looking in the back of you. Tell your neighbor, God, let it be back there for a reason. Jesus. It's behind you for a reason. Next, you have to repent for what you've spoken out of fear, ignorance, and lack of faith. In this same chapter, go down to verse 6 and then amplify. It says, therefore, Job 42 and 6, therefore I loathe my words and abhor myself and repent in dust and ashes. You can't just say you repent. There needs to be an outward expression of repentance.
Amen.
Look, man. Later, I feel like every time I come here, it's the same thing, but I have to just get this little lesson because some of them I didn't know. And they said in the churches because I knew the word so good, they assumed that I knew. And I was constantly being devoured by the wolf. Because it was something so simple. They didn't think that I was giving up moving on the side. They didn't think that I was having midnight rendezvous. They didn't think that I was dealing with somebody who didn't love me and honor me enough to value me with the ministry of marriage. So let me just give you a little lesson. Let me let you know right now, if he is sent from God for real, he's going to say to you, even when you have a weak moment and you try to serve it to him, he's going to say what my husband said, you are God's gift to the earth. I will not defile you.
Amen.
Once you have one sexual conversation with a man, you have reduced yourself to just that, to him.
Yes.
When the man talks to you about sex, you have to cut it down immediately.
Amen.
What, man of God, do you think I'm a whore? No, I'm just saying, well, obviously you do. We're not married. You haven't talked to me about marriage, but you're going to bedroom areas, and that part of me is reserved strictly for my husband. Well, I was just trying to find out what you like. My husband is the only man that needs to know what I like.
Amen.
Because words are seeds. If he asks you, what's your favorite position, and you say doggy style, he's instantly got a visual of bending you over. And every time he sees you and talks to you, that becomes a trigger for that thought. And now his quest to marry falls to the wayside. Now his quest to master, to conquer, comes out front. Now watch this. Watch this. In some instances, he will still marry you. In some. But now you run into the issue of the disrespect after the marriage. You ain't nothing but a hoe anyway. You hold on God with me, you hold on me with somebody else. Why should I respect you? Tell your neighbor it's tight. But she's right.
Right. Amen.
I need you. Oh gosh. Just y'all give me 2 more minutes. I need you to understand that even if you do get married, he won't respect you. And he won't even be intending to disrespect you. But you have reduced yourself to a woman who operates more on the things of the flesh than the things of the spirit in his mind.
Jesus.
It must be. How many of you are not married? Raise your hand. I was about to sit up, and almost everybody in here. I was just about to say that it must be, because this is singles conference message. But, I know what's in the atmosphere by how God speaks to me. Stop. Nudge your sister. If you don't have a sister sitting by you, reach behind you or in front of you and say, girl, you deserve better.
I will make sure you get better.
Say your booty is blocking you from your purpose. From your purpose. Listen, man, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time with this. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna spend any more time. Lock up my stuff because I keep looking at notes and doing all that stuff. You cannot entertain words that do not pertain to your purpose.
Amen.
Don't even entertain conversation.
Amen.
The truth is, I don't think I look real pretty without makeup, but a man would never know that. Because when they tell me I'm pretty, I'm like, I know, thank you, what else? What else? You got a strong business here, I know it. What else? I admire your walk with God. What? I know that too. What else? Tell your neighbor, you gotta learn how to say what else, girl.
Amen. Say what else, girl?
There's so much more to you than what's being recognized or acknowledged.
Yes.
You gotta make them dig. Proverbs 31:10. Proverbs 31:10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Yes.
If that's true, then shouldn't you be hidden? Shouldn't he have to put forth some effort to find who
Come
you
on
really are?
now. Yes.
Why are you saying, do-do-do, here I go? Why should he be able to discover you without going through the process of
Yes.
discovering you?
Amen.
Yes.
I realize that God wants me to place a price tag on some of your hands.
Jesus.
Nobody did it for me. I didn't know that I had a price. I was on the clearance rack at Walmart. $10 for $1. I've been with so many men, I don't want to talk about them. I told my husband, he asked me, Mary, I said, this car got a couple of 100 miles on the engine. You sure this is what you want? He said, I don't want you because you're fine and cute and all of that. That's a plus, but it's 50 million of them. I said, I want you because God said you're the one that's going to go with me to my destiny. And when I get you, I get all of the baggage and the negativity that comes with you. He said, do you really think that I'm able to just take the good pieces of you and then put the negative parts of you on the shelf?
That's good. Replay that. That's good.
He said, do you really think that I'm able to take the good parts of you and the good pieces of you and then separate and put the negative parts of you on the shelf?
That's good. Yep.
You need to have a man that don't tell you that I come with baggage. And because I'm not a virgin anymore, I'm damaged goods. There are a few scratches in the fender and dents in the door. You tell your neighbor, my engine runs good.
Come on, baby. Yes.
I will get you there every time. The AC tank never does some amenities.
There's some amenities along the way.
You see that pretty Cadillac Escalade, but there's no AC. My AC works.
Amen.
My leather seats.
Come on
work.
now.
Amen.
My heat mechanism in my seats work anyway to keep you warm. I got auto defrost. You don't have to pour water on my window.
Yes. Amen.
Some of you need to learn. I'm sorry, I'm going here. Some of you need to learn how to market yourselves.
Yes.
You good at it. Really good. What are you doing in ministry? Well, you need to say yeah, baby. Why until you use complete sentences?
Yes.
There it is. Some of you, yeah, you know, that's prophetic. Don't use no, I'm permanent. I'm not doing anything in ministry, period.
Period.
What? Finish the sentence. Yeah.
Amen.
None of women know how to put themselves together. Can I use an example? Come on up here. Listen, very beautiful. Now take away the fact that she's pretty, she's ugly, she's holed out. Just give me a good example. Her shoes are comfortable but sexy. They're not too much. It's enough to say I'm a church chick, but it also says she's freaking the sheep. Now look at this. I'm just telling you how to send the right message to a man. You know. Okay, well I can't teach that right now. Her little accessories say I'm feminine. I'm a girl. Her little dress says I'm not a hoochie. I don't want stuff to hip hugging my hips and my stuff. I've had many men to come after me for this, and now I'm no longer putting this on display.
Amen.
Her hairstyle says it's cute in public, but it's also convenient kick it if we have to go make something happen, brother. I need you to know. I'm not gonna have to, I'm not high maintenance for all the week. I can snap this back on and keep it moving. You have to go. She said she's embarrassed. But do you understand? I know you didn't think all that when you put yourself together, but years in life has taught you how to market yourself well. Now, you can have C, thank you for being a good sport. Not all of us are wise enough to market ourselves the right way. And listen, the Bible says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and he obtains favor in the Lord. Now watch this. If he finds you, that means he is what? Looking.
Yes.
Men are sight stimulated.
Yes, they are.
I don't go in my house looking holed out.
Okay, you want to use me as an example?
Okay,
No, seriously.
Okay.
I can help you out.
come on, help me
I think
out.
women looking for a man should not be dressed like this. You use me. No. You gonna have to sister out. Well, see, I got my husband. And I know what I'm working with, so I know help them out. You trying to find a man, don't leave the house looking like this.
No.
You never know when he's gonna be there.
No. No.
Help them out.
Let me let you know something.
Help
I met
them out.
my husband, who people think is just so amazing and treats me so good, and I'm so spoiled, and he's such an awesome person, and all that's true. It's more true than they know. But I met him in the canned goods aisle, canned vegetables aisle at Walmart.
Got me ready.
I need you to understand that marketplace ministry should be at the forefront of your focus. I'm not talking about selling other people's goods. I'm talking about marketing your goods.
Amen.
Because the Word of God says that a man finds a wife. Where do men go to look for a wife? A virtuous woman, a godly wife, they're going to look at the house of God. But let me let you know, even the ones that do come to the house of God, they're not going to approach you because they're intimidated by you.
Jesus.
Tell your neighbor, I'd rather be than outside of the church.
I'd rather be in outside the church.
I don't have any sneakers. I need to get me some. I don't know how to change a tire. I wouldn't let my husband teach me because if I ever let him teach me, then I'd have to do it. He says, what you gonna do when you have to find someone wait on you?
Yes.
He says, what if I can't come? Roadside assistance.
Amen.
Amen.
That's not my portion.
That's right.
I'm too cute to be down there trying all of this. No. So, well, I'm kind of laziness when it comes to that. Listen to what I'm saying. But what I did do, ladies, sidebar. My husband works a lot of hours, and we got a much bigger yard than we used to have. So I bought a lawnmower 3 weeks ago, and I bought a weed eater yesterday. And I went through, you were with me, weren't you? I said, sir, I'm not trying to be funny. I've never seen one other than on TV. I don't even know how to turn it on. I'm the virgin with this. I need for you to show me step by step what to do. And he just going on. I said, well, how did you plug this? He said, plug? Yeah, where do you plug it? I don't know. He had to show me what to plug in and how to use it so I could do weeds. My husband didn't ask me to. My husband coming there, he be like a fish sometimes. You don't work, he just tired as a dog. And because I want home to be a place of rest and peace for him, I don't know who I'm talking to.
Amen.
I'm coming, you know, man, I'm too cute for that, but I'm finna make it happen. You understand? I don't have any sneakers, but I gotta go get some. See, her in remind me, I gotta buy some sneakers so I can do weeds on my hair. This, what kind of, this is like a polo shirt, right?
Yeah.
Tell your neighbor polo.
Polo.
Is a no-no.
It's a no. Seriously.
You're not sexy about this polo. I love you. You're my friend. She didn't have being chosen in mind when she left the house today.
Amen.
Listen.
I'm already sure.
Right.
I brought mine with me.
Right. See, here's the deal. When you are being chosen, when you are believing God, tell you that, how many of you release your faith for a husband? Raise your hand.
Amen.
You ask God for a husband. So nobody else asked? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of y'all that said, God, I want a husband. The rest of y'all either lying or denying. But anyway, I ain't got no time to play with y'all. I'm already over my little limit. If you ask God for something, tell your neighbor He requires something of you.
Wow. Something of you. Amen.
Faith without, I know the book, chapter, and verse, but
Yes.
faith without works is dead.
Yes.
Men are sight-stimulated creatures.
Yes, they are.
My husband connected with me. Yeah, God, he heard what God said, but my body style is like his favorite porn star when he was in porn. I physically reminded him and took him back to a sexual place. And if he could not envision us doing other anything.
Amen.
I'm trying to get you, I'm sorry, because I know the church will teach you something else, but you must first gain the man's attention before you can get to the point of interest.
Jesus.
This is not going to attract my husband. It attracts her husband. Hallelujah. But I at no time can do this. My husband, listen, because when he met me, this was me. All the way, head to toe. No makeup, no nails, the polo, which was a no-no, the jeans, and the sneakers.
Shoes, yeah.
Every day, that was me. And my husband said, I love my grandmama, but I want to be married to my grandmama.
Oh, amen.
Amen.
My husband said, baby, you're so pretty, you fine, you sexy, you got it going on. What's going on with this? I'm like, well, this is how you marry me. You already know what this is. I used to use my body to manipulate men. I ain't dressing up. I ain't doing nothing. Can't to the flesh. I ain't trying to draw no attention. I'm trying to stay in the middle of Jesus under the middle of me, and you think I'm going to pull me back. And he said, that's not your struggle anymore. God has sent me.
Amen.
And unlike a lot of men of God, I'm not looking on the street for booty. I'm not looking in the magazine for Beyonce when I want to see something sexy. I'm not turning on the TV for Halle Berry when I want to see what's sexy and beautiful. I want to look on you and see sexy and beautiful. He said, you can be sexy and conservative.
Yes, sir.
I said, there's no such thing. He said, I'm going to show you. One of our day nights, he took me to, we were going to Chicago. Y'all know George Wilburn from the show, Michael Bay's After Dark, and he's done a few things, family reunion, all that stuff. He's one that we used to do stand-up comedy together. My husband flew me up there to spend, we went to spend a weekend, hang out, talk with him. Child, man, he did a show with jokes and notes, had a great time. And my husband took me shopping. Because I had packed out stuff in my suitcase. He said, no, leave that. All you need, you don't need anything, just bring a couple of empty suitcases. I said, well, I need some, man, that's a bra, some stuff. I need some stuff. Lip gloss, body glitter, something. He said, leave it. Took me shopping, bought me a brand new wardrobe. Now, everything he bought had cleavage out, hugging my booty, you know. All the shoes I put on, I'm walking like this. Into the shoe, you know, the cords, onions, bunches, everything. Darn line, boy, look here. But what we do to Lord, boy? You know, I got that young man, I got that, you know. But watch this. I was open to the process. And now I walk in 8, 9, and 10 stilettos like they are nothing.
Well,
Now I don't go out of my house without lip gloss and different things when I'm going places in public. I need you guys to understand something. What you got under that body? Burn it. Get you a tack and tack it to the wall by your bed to remind you that that's where it goes. That's the only place that body is supposed to be, in your bedroom when you are alone. You can't even wear that when you got brother with you. Do I sleep with anything on my head, honey? You don't like the way it's looking, you need to sleep and get it done. They don't pay the price for it. Amen. They don't pay for the upkeep if that's your standard. But if a $2 party is your standard.
It's $1.
I'm going to say this and I'm going to take my seat. Some of you are not being chosen because your standards are too low.
well,
It doesn't mean that your values are high, your values high. But your personal standards for yourself are too low. You remember what your body looked like before you had kids. You're looking at pre-stretch marks, pre-fat rolls, pre-dimples, pre... Tell your neighbor they think they're sexy. Okay, I can't use him. His wife is here. Okay, I can't use him.